Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I want to do something just a little bit different and hopefully continue on doing it in the future. I want to talk about movies that have great soundtracks. And when I mean soundtracks, not the score necessarily, but just have really good soundtracks that kind of speak to the time and that sort of thing, and how they kind of almost become a character in the movie. So we're going to start out with the first entry, and that's going to be 1993's Judgment Night. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at MovieGuy365. So yes, I was going through my movie collection a little bit, and it occurred to me that there are certain movies that you have that are more than just a movie, that they include a soundtrack. I'm not talking about score in this particular case, of artists that get together and put together something that almost kind of resembles an actual character in the movie itself. I mean, the soundtracks have so much influence or speak to the time and that kind of thing. And one of those movies I want to talk about this week is Judgment Night, made in 1993, starring Emilio Estevez, Jeremy Piven, Cuba Gooding Jr., and of course, the amazing Denis Leary. Honestly, I love this movie. This was a staple of, my time in the 90s that I just had a lot, it was a good go-to action thriller movie. And of course it had a great cast and a good story as well. I just but also one of the things that stand out about this film is of course the soundtrack. It's just one of those, I've been collecting soundtracks since I was younger. I actually got a lot of my music and cues from movie soundtracks because a lot of them can speak to you. Not every movie has a great soundtrack, either score or otherwise. But there's just certain movies that when artists get together and put it together, it's just a good overall, makes the sound of the movie better. And the soundtrack for Judgment Night, I feel, is a great movie for that time period. And it also goes a little bit beyond because it actually pairs a bunch of artists together that you wouldn't normally think, would be together as far as putting together a track. We have Helmet in House of Pain, for crying out loud, Cypress Hill and Faith No More, Sonic Youth and Cypress Hill, Ice-T and Slayer. I still can't get over that one, honestly. Booyah Tribe and Faith No More. There's a lot going on in this particular movie as far as the soundtrack goes. My favorite personal, just to give you an example, is Fallen. It's the opening title song. And I love it because the beat of the song mirrors what's happening on screen. Because, it's kind of like a pan-in shot, and it moves at a slower pace. And it works so perfectly with the song. And I guarantee, there are several bits of that, going out throughout the movie. There's a lot going on. It speaks to you. If you sit and listen to the soundtrack, and then you go back and watch the movie with the soundtrack at what's going on screen, they match up a lot of the time. And it is a good soundtrack. In fact, probably one of the best of the decade as far as movies go. I just love it. I love the movie because of that. I know Warner Brothers Archive just recently re-released Judgment Night. This was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, originally produced or released under Universal. I'm not 100% sure, I'm about 90% sure, but then of course I think the rights eventually fell to Warner Brothers, and they released it recently on Blu-ray. So if you haven't had a chance, definitely check it out. The soundtrack is beautiful. Honestly, it's a great sound. It makes the movie, in my opinion. We have a great cast, we have a good story going on. I think it's great. It's a great as far as being shot goes, but the soundtrack elevates it to a whole new level. I absolutely love it. So leave in the comments below, are you a fan of Judgment Night? And also let me know if there's any other movie that has an awesome soundtrack that you want me to cover in a future video. I would be more than happy to take a look at it. But yeah, in the meantime, please subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.